To celebrate Periphery's new release of A Pale White Dot, I thought it would be great that we go ahead and we rank all the Periphery albums, starting with Periphery 1 and working our way up to A Pale White Dot. The way we're going to be ranking it is that this here and this here, Periphery 1 will be better than Periphery 2, let's say. The closer it is to the rank here, it is the one that's actually better. Um, so like it gets worse as it goes down there. Basically, is how I'm gonna do it. I know like a lot of people do it the other way around, but yeah. So if it's closer to perfection, or closer to amazing, let's say, then that means it's gonna be better than the ones down here. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, let's get started. So what do you have here? Periphery 1. Right. I know a lot of people they're a bit mixed about this album, you know. Like they say, oh, the production is not as good as the other ones, which I do agree with. I think it's a bit dated in terms of how it sounds. But with all that being said, I do really like the way it sounds. Like the tone is like not sound like any other guitar tone that I've ever heard ever. It's like really synthetic in its quality. I've been trying to achieve this tune for ages, and then I managed to with the impulse response and EQ matching. The songs are really good. Like I don't know, they weren't made for vocals. I don't think. I think originally they're like Bob songs. I think Misha wrote all the songs. Maybe the members helped out a bit, but I think it was mostly Misha that did it all. I think the bass was tracked by Misha. A lot of it was. If it obviously Matt Halpern on the E kit, but it's a really good album. And then it's like a lot of the OG sort of Bulb fans that say, "Oh, it doesn't get better than P1." That being said, I do think it's the weakest album in their discography. But then again, like Periphery has like no bad songs. I think anyway. Like they are such like masterful songwriters, and also I just love the aesthetic of the album. It's like kind of like futuristic with the whole sort of the cover and just the sonic palette it uses, like the synths and that. I don't know, like some of the synth pads sound like they were made from like Romplers. I don't know, it has that sort of like early, sort of that PS2 startup sound to some of them. I really wish they did more of the sort of the clean tone to the chorus, that super modulated sound. It sounds so cool, it's so like nostalgic and oh, it's great. Yeah, just I love it. And obviously, and the songs are really like starts off with Insomnia, which is such an underrated song. I don't believe it gets talked about enough. Like the crazy rhythms at the start, like super chaotic and unpredictable. Just the harmonies as well that Spencer does near the end of the song. It's great. Obviously, you got Icarus Lives, which is the when I first heard the riff, I was like, oh my god, this is the grooviest thing I've ever heard in my life. Softer tracks like Jetpacks, which is so catchy, just beautiful. Even some of the more niche ones like Total Mad and Zygolark, which are pretty chaotic, which I also really like. The Walk is just fucking groovy, and then Race Car. Race Car is like it's something else. I'm telling you, 15 minutes. That feels like 15 seconds. Incredible. Um, the chord voicings are really like nice and just rich sounding. Obviously, it's made to be instrumental, but I still like it with the vocals. I don't know. I like the chaoticness of P1. I think it has its time and place. Like they kind of keep doing the same thing, right? But like that's what P1's there for. You have it to listen to. I really like it. I still think it's a bit underrated. Oh yeah, you can't forget. Oh yeah, songs like Letter Experiment and Butter Snips, just great songs as well. Just solid album. You know what? It's going perfection. And next, what do we have? Periphery 2. This time it's personal. Um, this album, I feel like it's more refined. I think they're starting to get the gist of, their songwriting and trying to prioritize vocals a bit more. That being said, though, it is still quite chaotic as well, with the riffage and the solos and stuff. I mean, this crazy opener, Mirror Massa, which is just so epic with the Something in Time trilogy. which is great. It just repeats in that one, Ragnarok and Masamune, which yeah, just epic. I also really like the production as well in this one. The tone as well is also really unique. I actually don't know how they got this one. I think I've heard in an interview that Nolly said they use like, a lot of analog equipment. And yeah, like, the mix is quite hi-fi sounding compared to the other albums, which I also really like. Obviously, you got songs like Make Total Destroy, which is crazy, and it's just, just a headbanger, put on the gym playlist. You'll get you the gains. The gods must be crazy. It's beautiful. And my favorite one, Luck as a Constant, is really interesting harmonically. So he says sort of a lot of like the Lydian or like the whole tone stuff. Yeah, I hear a bit of the flat seven in there as well. It's a bit of bluesiness to it. And yeah, the rhythms are really crazy in it as well, which I really like. And I can't forget Jake and Misha's solo. I prefer Jake's one though. There's just something about it, There's this one part where it's just just like a clumsy note thing where it just goes down. And it's just like, oh, it's so great, and it just works really well as they resolve it. And they do like the kill switch harmony at the end. It's great. Mars Zero is beautiful. The lyrics on it are just really like heart touching, and the West Haug solo is so good. Although I like struggle to flex, it's so fucking hard. Have a blast. Oh, the violins in the intro just sound like straight out like a Nintendo game, with like retro ones. It's just I don't even know what fucking scale we're in. It's just mad. Guthrie solo, so good. And the really heavy outro of Masamune, just an amazing closer for the album. It's just like so cathartic. It's great. I mean, yeah, no, this album is just really well done. Spencer's performance, just everyone, it's just great. But the thing is, right, with every Periphery release, or every song, to get into them, you have to give them like a lot of listens. Like for each song, they just get it better with every listen, and you just discover something new in the song that you didn't hear before. Oh, there's a guitar layer here and there which I didn't hear before. Because it's so dense and I don't know, it's really well thought out. Like you really do have to give it, time and attention. You can't listen to it casually. I think to listen to it casually, you have to listen to it like so many times to get to that point. But it's so rewarding. It's not like junk food, where it's like it feels good and you feel a bit shitty after having it so many times. No, this is great organic whole foods which are just healthy and they're good for your soul, you know? So yeah, please do open your mind up because yeah, you will not regret it. I'm so glad I did. You know, I'm looking at perfection. I'm just sorry if I did miss any songs on it, but they're all great, you know. But yeah, but I think I do prefer it to Periphery One though. I just feel like the songs are stronger. I like come back to this album a lot more. Great, yeah. What do you have next? Oh yeah, we're also gonna include the EP as well, Clear EP, and then because those also have some separate songs, so I might as well. I think in terms of the production, it's my least favorite out of all of them. But no, my least favorite one's probably Clear in terms of production. I just found it sounded a bit too harsh and brittle. I come back to this one the least. Although you do have some bangers like Feed the Ground and Pale Aura, and instrumentals like Zero and Extraneous, which are great. I mean, Feed the Ground's so catchy. It's like the oh yeah, I love it. And Pale Aura is just a beautiful one written by Mark Holcomb. This was the sort of it's like a concept EP where each member gets to like direct the writing process for each song, and so yeah, Matt Halpern did Feed the Ground, which is probably one of my favorite ones. So that's Pale Aura, which is done by like Mark. Well, there's some weaker ones though, like Parade of Ashes. I think that's the Spencer one, which it's an okay song. It's probably my least favorite Periphery song. I know a lot of others. I think they'll agree with me on that one. Although I don't hate it, I just don't. I just wouldn't listen to it. I wouldn't choose to put it on. If it came on, I'd listen to it. But see, that says a lot about the discography. Like my least favorite song is one that I don't even think is bad. It's just It's just okay. Just a bit indifferent about it, really. Therefore, I'm gonna put this one in the fantastic category. I don't come back to it as much as the other ones. That being said, though, I do enjoy the songs on it. Yeah, they're pretty good fun. Alright, what do you have next? Juggernaut, Alpha, and Omega. So this one, I'm gonna class this one as just one album. I think that's what it's intended to be. You listen to the Alpha one first, and then Omega. And I count it as just like a double album. I mean, first of all, the experience for listening to this album, like, just get yourself in the room on your own. Just fucking listen to it. Just do me a favor and listen to Juggernaut, Alpha, Omega. It's my favourite album by them, by far. I know some fans it's their favourite, and others they prefer other albums, but this one's my favourite. I just feel like as a whole experience, with the whole the storyline, it's just such a cinematic experience. It just takes you through a journey, about going into topics, with like cults and suffering, like manipulation, control. It's great. The guitar tone I really like. Um, yeah, it's got quite like this album is like a bit more like bassier than the other previous ones. Like Periphery to like Innocent is like a bit more hi-fi, I believe. Well, from what I can hear anyway, this one's a bit darker sounding. But on Juggernaut Alpha, some standout tracks for me are 22 Faces, Rainbow Gravity, Alpha, Psychosphere, Heavy Heart, The Scourge. I mean, yeah, it's just so good. And then Omega, which actually is the one that I prefer, with songs like The Bad Thing and Graveless, Priestess, Stranger Things, Omega, the title track. Just so good. It's just so well written. And it just fits together like a whole jigsaw puzzle. That being said though, I think the only negative I have with this album is that some of the songs they're not as strong on their own, like the event. But I guess that's because it has to fit the story. They're sort of limiting themselves with that. But to be honest, it's not a big gripe really. Like that doesn't really put it down anywhere. Just such a great album. Honestly, I prefer the Omega half. Therefore, I'm gonna pay it perfection. Omega is going right there, and Alpha will go there. And because it's one album, you'll get a lot. You'll get a lot of album for your album. Just absolutely beautiful. Chef's kiss. Right, what do you have next? Periphery 3, Select Difficulty. This album really grew on me. I think at first I wasn't particularly a fan. But yeah, you just keep opening your mind up, keep listening to it, it just gets better. And the same can be said with Periphery 3. Again, the songwriting is really strong on this one. I think this is the one where they just they did a lot of it, Misha's house, apart from the drums, which was recorded in Middle Farm Studios. Yeah, such strong songs, like Flatline, the way the news goes, Marigold. Marigold's so epic. Like, I don't care if it's their most popular song, it is so good. It's popular for a reason. It's great. I remember playing video games and stuff to this album. Yeah, no, the memories do come back. I say that I only discovered Periphery in 2023. That felt like a long time ago for me. Remain Indoors, even underrated songs like The Price Is Wrong. It's just so groovy. I don't hear people talking about that song enough. I know it's the one that got nominated for the Grammy. I believe they should have chosen a different song though, because I think there are stronger songs on this album. But it's just fucking grooves. And you got the Closer Loon, which is just beautiful. And just the riffage from Prayer Position. It's just so groovy and just oh, I cannot like this riff. Oh, shit, it's so good. But the thing is, I don't know if I prefer it to P2 or not. These two, they could go in any place, and I would be happy between changing each one. They're both so good. I don't know. I think at the moment I'm listening to a lot of P2 than P3, but honestly, these two could go in any direction. It does not matter. They're just so good. I think I'm gonna put P2 ahead of P3. That being said, though, such a strong album. Just go listen to it. Just do me a favor, go listen to it. So good. Right, what do we have next? Periphery 4. Right, Hail Stan. This album I know is like beloved across the whole fan base. I just find myself listening to the other albums, songs for the albums, a lot more from the other ones than I do with Periphery 4. But Periphery got some really strong songs. I mean, starting off opening up with Reptile is a ballsy move from them. I mean, getting 16 minutes of beautiful music. Just the breakdown. Oh, so groovy. You know, you got heavy crushing song, Blood Eagle. I call it like Wildfire Junior, but you know, it's just so heavy. It's just it's good for the gym as well. Trust me. And you know, you got more tame songs like Guarding the Bones and How Could You Forget It's Only Smiles. Yeah, and Satellites, such good clothes, so beautiful. And even Sentient Glow, which I think is a bit underrated. Such a good song. Although I don't know, for me, I find some weaker songs on it. Oh, please don't bash me in the comments. Church Burner, Follow Your Ghost, and Crush. I do really like them, like a lot. But I just think the other songs outshine them a lot more. I just find myself listening to those songs a lot more. Obviously, the album's got great production. It's probably the most organic sounding album. That being said, though, I prefer the production of the other ones. I feel like they have a bit more character. You know, Periphery one's got, I think, the most character. Like, you hear the guitar just isolated, you know it's from Periphery 1. Like, it's so distinct. And, you know, difference not always a good thing, right? But I think with Periphery, they do different so well. Now, I'm just going to be like, oh, we're not different band, we're not original. They, they are a thing, you know. Because you know a lot of people copy from them, which is not a bad thing. The bad thing. Like I do copy from Periphery a lot as well, but it's because I really like them. I don't care. Oh, the production is good, but I think it's a bit safe. I think, but it's good. I'll probably have to put it below P3. I don't come back to it as much, but it is a really good album. But yeah, no, this is just my opinion. You guys got your own. You can express it in the comments below. I'm curious to see what your opinion is. Right, what do you have next? Periphery 5. Now, the first Periphery song I ever heard was Wildfire, actually. That's what got me into them. Like, at first, it was like, when I first heard them, it was like really chaotic and quite overwhelming, but just something. Something about that song just made me gravitate towards them more. Might be the chord progression in the chorus, which is super, you know, just different and it's just sort of unconventional. You got the jazz section, it's just like, well, I said some describe it as like a wine. Was that the charismatic voice that said that? I forgot, but it is. You got really just sort of, yeah, again, you can't be going, you know, you got like just taste, you know, all different flavors, smell the different aromas, you know, and then you just gotta appreciate the flavor of each thing, you know, because this is a dense album. Like the production, I really like. The drums sound so unique. Like you know, it's the P5 kit when you hear it. Like you know, I see like this. You've got the get your drums library of it, and yeah, it's like oh, that's the P5 kit, you know. What did Connor Kaminsky do? In his latest solo album, I think he pitched the snare up a bit to make it not sound as much as like a P5 kit, but because that's the P5 kit, you know. Like it's just so much character this album has. The orchestral stuff is so good. Just takes you on a journey, you know. Something like Atropos has really grown on me. I've been putting on repeat quite recently. It's just so catchy. Jackal Grass, how do you not forget? Jackal Grass is probably my favourite song on this album. Just so good, so groovy. And, you know, Thanks Nobel is so good. But I'm not particularly a fan of the whole ambience thing at the end. I mean, I do like it, but sometimes you just want to move on to the next song, you know. I don't know if it's ambience for the sake of ambience. I don't know. Some days I like it, other days I'm just skip it. You know, Dying Star, so good. If you want to get into them, if you're not maybe as into metal, then Dying Star and Silhouette I recommend. Because it's not the whole screamy thing. And then you got the heavy Everything Is Fine, which is just insane. It's just so satisfying to listen to. If you're just mad and you're pissed off, then just listen to it. Because it'll probably make you less mad or more mad depending on who you are. It's pretty some really good songs. I feel Wax Wings, yeah, no, Cannot forget about Wax Wings. Just a beautiful song. And my favourite part's the second half, definitely with the solo at the end. Mark's solo, the harmonies, it's just so epic. I mean, it's like, the more I think about it, it's a fabulous album. Oh, where do I put it? Oh, I can put it in between P2 and P3, or do I put it below P3? Oh, I don't know. It's a really good album. The P3, I don't know. Oh, but Periphery 3's got the news and flatline. I think I'm gonna put it below P3 because I think I enjoyed the experience of P3 more, listening to it as a whole. But but P5 is also good. Those two can just change either way, you know. But I think right now, I think I've enjoyed P3 more. But again, just such a good album. Just listen to it. Honestly, you'll love it. Alright, and then the last but definitely not least is their new one, A Pale White Dot. Now I've only listened to this album yesterday, but I've been repeating like all the songs throughout the whole day yesterday and today. I mean, the opening track Obsession is crazy. It sounds a bit like Sleep Token with the production. The weird sort of like plucked keys, or I don't even know what it is. It's like some, I don't know if we should see this modular rack. It's really interesting, and then the sudden like blast beats, that like Haunted Shores black metal kind of thing, is also really cool. I'm not like into black metal, but this is fucking sick. Just so unexpected. So a lot of twists and turns with this album. It's a more introspective album, going to topics to do with like loneliness and mental health and stuff, which has never been more relevant today, I find. And I know a lot of people are going through stuff, and we're here to help one another out. Um, and then second song's Talk, which is my favorite one so far. So good, so groovy. The chorus is something about it. So good, Spencer. You've outdone yourself on this one. Obviously, Mr. God's just groovy. We've reacted to that one. I really liked it. A lot of people really liked it. Although, it's like, it's just like a bunch of zeros, isn't it? But like, it's just the groove. Bow, 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 bow. And then this one bit, it's got like a Draco Grass sort of feel, which is really cool. But then it goes in this like next section, which sounds like super sort of like gothic-y or whatever. It's just so groovy. That's like my favorite bit. So good. Everything, everyone dies alone. It's just so heart touching, and the chorus is so catchy, and Misha solo is so memorable as well. One of the most memorable parts of the album. Uh, Malevolent is a great song as well. Sort of going, it sounds got a bit of a P5 vibe to it actually. Again, it sounds quite like you're playing like Halloween or something. With the sort of, I think you like parallel minor chords or something, and they just like you sort of the harmonic minor sort of scale with the 7. Subhuman, featuring Will Ramos from Lorna Shore. That might be Periphery's heaviest song. Just in fucking insane. Just love it. It's so good. It just makes everything else sound like the Wiggles after. Heaven on High. That song has grown on me. The verse I just really like. It's just so catchy. Spencer he uses this like lower register quite a lot in this album, which is a bit different from the other ones. I remember Spencer himself saying he's a tenor vocalist. That makes sense because it's high, belts and whatnot. But I don't know, it's something different, and I'm all for them experimenting. I don't want to have the same thing over and over again. Like if I want to have a bit of P2, I've had P2 there. If I don't need to recreate it, if I need to do another P2 clone, because I already have that. And it's good to see them try get the most out of their songwriting abilities. Misha said they don't want it uninspired to do a P6 album, and obviously, and then that makes sense, right? Because this sounds less of a evolution of the sort of the Periphery sound, Well, it sort of is in a way, isn't it? Because it's still Periphery. Yeah, it makes sense why it's not a P6 album. I mean, all the I mean, in Neon Valley is just beautiful chorus. A Pale White Dot, the acoustics just so great. And Carry On, just that for that A being between clean and heavy, it just takes you by surprise. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? You don't know where it's gonna turn. So good, just great. Oh, there's another one, isn't there? Unlocking. It's got like major Nick Brimhall vibes with the sort of the tapping lick over that super low tune chugs. Honestly, it is only been a day and it's already one of my favourite albums by them. I really did enjoy it. The production is insane. It's just the thickest, widest sounding mix. Ooh. It's hard to say though because it's only been a day, but we're just getting excited to see Periphery, but I did really like it. I think I prefer it to P3. I think I might have to put it there. But with P2 and Juggernaut, they're just something else, aren't they? It's hard to tell. I know, that's a pretty brave move actually, but I do really dig the album. And again, I just gotta wait for it to grow on me, but such a strong impression. I don't know, that's my tier list though. Really hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Honestly, yeah, Periphery, I'm super proud of you. We all are. A Pale White Dot is so fucking good. Don't let what anyone else says if it's bad. That's just untrue. It's great. So good. But yeah, no. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching all the way through if you have. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.